I'm back. Hope you missed me. You better have missed me. You better have. Hello, wonderful humans of the internet. How are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. The cough was probably unnecessary, but... Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction. There's all sorts of bonus content like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series and other shenanigans, so consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, I have been gone for like a while, like 6 weeks or something. I had to go in for emergency surgery, so I took a break. Anyway, I'm back and better, so thanks for all the well wishes and stuff. But I thought today I would return to a band that I've not listened to in a while. We're going to go and listen to some more Babymetal. So I've chosen Karate live at Budokan 2021. I don't know the lineup, I don't know what's going to go on, so let's just go and take a listen and see what we think. Sounds very sweet. I have a feeling that's not going to last. Now, this is just incredible. So the beginning of that song really lulled you into a false sense of security. Well, I mean, ish. If you've heard them before, you know that was never going to stay that way. But for somebody like listening for the first time, that would have been such an amazing like snatch, just like boom, right in your face. I don't know why I feel the urge to say this, but I'm gonna anyway. This is like if the Fire Nation did concerts in Avatar. They would straight up be enjoying entertainment exactly like that. You can't tell me that that's not what they would do. Okay, I probably should have got in before the chorus started, but anyway. We heard one girl at the very, very beginning doing like a couple of lines. Her voice is so twangy. Now, it's oral twang. That's where the epiglottis comes over the true vocal folds but doesn't quite close completely, creating this pressurized airflow which makes the vocal folds thicken up, even if they're thin. So you get this really high pressured sound. There's a certain frequency that it hits that excites the ear canal, so it sounds really loud even if they're not actually doing it volume wise, if that makes sense. But she's paired that with quite a bright high larynx and quite a high pitch as well. So you get, she almost sounds like a fairy or so, like a little imp. It's really, really bright and really crisp, but you know, gorgeous. The other singer, is she like the main singer? She has the same kind of quality, but just slightly down a wee bit. The larynx is a little bit further down, giving a little bit more maturity, like it sounds a wee bit older. And there's a little bit more force in there coming from the chest voice rather than thinning the folds out with the twang. But there's definitely still twang in there, and a little bit more nasal twang as well, which we'll get into, I'm sure. There's something just so cool about the way that the choreographing has been done. The way this is choreographed. My word, I cannot string sentences together today. Especially when there's all that like major like drum licks going on and stuff, but they're still just keeping it nice and slow and very, very deliberate and contained and sharp. They're all in step with each other. I love it. So you hear that? It's almost like the sound you'd hear coming from the sprites in like Street Fighter or something. It's very deliberately almost caricature sound. It gives you that kind of uncanny valley type feeling that like it's not kind of human and it's probably not intending to be like that. It's very robotic in its delivery. I love it. Love it. Now this, her voice, again, it's the same kind of format, so it's basically just the same thing twice from what I can hear, maybe not lyrically, but definitely delivery wise. You get a real nice kind of juxtaposition between the two voices, that kind of robotic, very, very bright, very crisp, almost, I'm gonna say evil, like, but you know, like the way that little ghost girls are evil, it kind of gives me that vibe, versus this other voice, which is a little bit more grounded, wee bit more main character kind of vibes coming off of it. It's very deliberate. It's giving you different flavors in order to push the song along. One thing that she does really well is that she doesn't open up too much on vowels. She keeps everything quite contained. That last vowel, I think, was like an ah, and it was ah. It shouldn't open up because you would get ah, which is far too open, far too resonant, and swimmy for what she is going for. She's definitely modifying her vowels in a way to keep everything on that same plane. It's very, very skillful. Love it. What's going on here? This is theatre. This is a story. This is not just three singers on the stage just singing a song. They're actually acting out something. It's that it just gives it that like extra entertainment factor. If you go, you're actually taking in a show. Love it. Another thing that she's doing here with the choruses is she's keeping the onsets very, very glottal. Now your onset is basically the way that you start a phrase. So it's all very, very, very deliberate, very punchy, very crisp. But then she'll let the offsets, the way that the phrases are finished, kind of carry on a little bit. At the beginning, it's very, very slight, like just a millisecond longer than maybe you would do it if you were going for glottal. But towards the end, she lets these phrases really drift out, and it gives you, again, just different flavors, different textures, and it keeps the ear kind of tuned to what you're doing. It's interesting. I love it. Now she's actually opening her mouth quite wide here. Nah. Now in order to do that, she's having to really kind of lean in on the twang, because you can lose that twang if you open up too much. So she knows exactly how to keep that twang on. I mean, it kind of follows her voice the whole way through anyway. She's definitely got, that's where her voice sits, if you like. That's her kind of natural state, is having that kind of really, really twangy sound. So she may not be in that much danger of losing it, even if she does open up her mouth onto these phrases. But you are getting a little bit more resonance off that sound, but she is still managing to kind of filter it through that twang. Very, very good. Don't tell me I've paused this just before it ends. I did, yeah. We once lived in prosperity, but then everything changed when Babymetal attacked. If you don't get that reference, I can't help you. We can't be friends. That was amazing. Just really entertaining. They are a really good band. The band themselves are so tight. The drummer, like, I can't even begin to say how good he is. Just boomy, powerful. Everything's in the pocket. It's very, very, very well contained. And hats off to the lot of them. If I had a hat, it would be slung by now. So hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have more content or new content or whatever the thing is that I usually say, you will be the first to know. My brain's not working. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I don't know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to see more of my stuff, hit like and then subscribe. Bye.